show.
Who spends most of her time in the kitchen, but never seems to know what's cooking.
And then Baldwin saw the scintillating mirrors of light dancing gaily in Valerie's eyes. It had not been there since the night of the Cambridge race, 6 long years ago. Valery's plan had worked. At long last, they had recaptured the ecstasy of love. The end. Now, Beulah, what do you think of it?
I think that's the most beautiful story I ever heard.
Yeah, well, I like that part about old love being a banister and new love cushioning the stand. You know, leaning on the old and getting the bounce out of the new, their maritime problems are solved.
It says there's some words on page 5 about the author. Charles Kenwood Amesley, renowned novelist, world traveler, and authority on matrimonial problems. The story's all true, Oriole.
You can't dream of stuff like that.
Mr. Amesley says to watch close for the danger signs of marriage disintegration.
Yeah, that's the busting up in the home.
I assume that.
Yeah.
A, the casual peck on the cheek as though the kiss is a duty rather than a pleasure. B, the drifting apart from mutual interest, not listening while the other is talking. C, inner turmoil as reflected by a gruff manner.
You mean the way Baldwin snapped at that little boy the day after the Cambridge race?
Exactly. D, the husband wanting to stay in and forgetting that his wife spends almost all of her time in the home. If the reader knows a couple with a matrimonial problem, Mr. Amesley wants their names. The information is confidential, and he'll send special instructions in a plain wrapper. Welcome home, Mr. Harry.
Oh, thank you, Beulah. Oh, hello, Alice.
Have a good day, Harry.
So-so. In medieval days, up through the Renaissance, Alice, they used to torture a man with an iron collar. But iron doesn't cut as much as starched linen. So please, Alice, will you please ask...
Please what, Harry? I wasn't listening.
B, not listening when the other one is talking.
Back in medieval days...
Oh, yes, the starch in your collar. I'm sorry, Harry. I'll try to remember to put a note on the bundle. No starch.
Thank you, Alice.
Hi, Beulah.
Hi, darling.
Is dirt a collector's item, Donnie? Won't you let the other boys have any?
Well, sure, Dad. You should see...
I've already seen enough. Now, march upstairs and wash.
But, Dad...
March!
Well, all right. But you don't have to snap at me.
See, gruff manner.
Harry, there's a dance at the club tonight, and I promised...
Not me, Alice.
But, Harry, I promised...
I'm staying in. After dinner, you'll find me right here.
D. Come on, Bill. Get up and go to work.
I'm working, baby.
Working?
I'm inventing.
Inventing what?
Perpetual motion.
Well, what's this? Reverse research?
Listen, some water falls on a paddle. The paddle moves and generates the motor. The motor lifts the water. The water falls on a paddle. The paddle moves and generates the motor. The motor lifts the water. The water... Oh, wait till I finish. The water...
Come on, Bill. There's some fixing to be done up to the Hendersons.
Well, now, how much is in it for me?
I'm doing the fixing.
Well, you want to rent my tools?
No. The tools I need are up here. Them, paper, pen, ink, envelope, stamps, and privacy. Bill, I just come over here because of the confidential nature of my work.
Well, come on, sit down. I'll make the price right for you. You don't have to worry about nothing, baby. Let's get this stuff straightened out here and I'll get it for you. Mm-hmm. Now, hold on there for me. Yeah, I got to fix these things. Need sharpening. Oh, my goodness. Now, look at the other drawer here. Oh, don't worry. It's all right, baby. Yeah. Oh, need a button on it. Look at that. Yeah. Things ripped right there, too, babe. It's okay. Oh. That's all right. Here. There's the paper. Mm-hmm. That'll get it.
With the understanding that this is confidential. Oh, good morning, Mr. Paxton.
Morning, Beulah. Yes, Bill. A letter to Mrs. Henderson from you-know-whom. There's water and power. Second notice. And a plea from Donnie's Jet and Atom Club. He's delinquent.
Is that all?
There's a letter here in a plain wrapper.
That's what I'm waiting for.
It's addressed to a Mr. and Mrs. Henderson.
But I sent in for it.
I'd better warn you, Beulah, if anything has crossed the state line which hadn't oughta, it's a penitentiary offense.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Paxton. It ain't nothing illegal. I just performed the grand coup of my career.
Hello there.
Hello.
Bill. Who's the letter from? Alice?
I wasn't listening.
I said, who's the letter from?
Oh, Mother.
Which one?
Mine.
Oh.
Nobody knows the trouble I seen, but it's all over now.
Harry, what is it? A rebate on your income tax or one of Donnie's comic books?
This is the stickiest, the gooeyest letter I have ever read.
What are you talking about?
Wait till you hear. It seems that our marriage is crossing troubled, uncharted waters.
It is?
Yes, and this chap named Amesley is going to send us a compass.
What's that?
It's a figure of speech, his own. I'm supposed to remember that you're just as beautiful as the day I married you, just as in need of consideration, just as desirable. I'm supposed to bring home presents and little surprises. Never let the feeling of courtship fade away.
I think that's sweet.
It is. It's gooey.
I like sweet things. I think Mr. Ainsley is absolutely right.
Oh, he is, huh? Well, read that part, about being preoccupied, about not listening when your marriage partner's talking. Read that.
Wait a minute, dear. I'm still on the part about the presents and little surprises. Oh, I think this is a wonderful letter.
Now, you listen to me, Alice Henderson.
Oh, well, I don't agree with everything in the letter, dear, but now let me ask you.
Let me ask you, who sent our names into this matrimonial magician?
Well, I didn't.
A member of your bridge club, perhaps. Or maybe you're going around saying we're incompatible.
Harry Henderson. I never said such a thing in my whole life, and you know it. Well, I never even thought it. Until now.
Miss Alice, dinner's about ready.
I don't believe I care for any dinner. Thank you, Beulah. I'll be in my room.
Somebody sent in our names.
Probably one of your humorous friends. They always think of the funniest things.
Beulah, would you do me a favor?
Anything, Mr. Harry?
Would you make up the guest room? That is, if I'm even a guest in this house?
Mr. Harry, About that letter.
Don't even mention the letter to me. I'd like to get my hands on the jerk who sent our names into that matrimonial quack.
Mr. Harry.
I hope it's some satisfaction to whoever did it to know that it's probably broken up our marriage.
We'll be back with Beulah in just a minute.
Miss Alice.
I'm writing a letter to Mother, Beulah.
Miss Alice, I want to say something to you.
Yes, Beulah. Beulah!
I got 2 weeks and 2 days' salary coming to me.
Are you leaving us?
You know I'd never do that.
But the suitcase, where are you going?
But you're going to fire me, Miss Alice.
Fire you?
And I don't blame you the tiniest mite. And I ain't going to ask for no references either.
But why am I going to fire you?
Well, on account of a letter.
Beulah.
You wrote... Oh, you can forget them 2 weeks and 2 days. I'll leave quietly.
Beulah.
Yes, Miss Alice?
Put your suitcase down.
Yes, ma'am.
You sent in our names?
Yes, Miss Alice.
But why?
Well, I thought I saw symptoms of a crack-up. You know, Mr. Harry pecking you on the cheek and you not listening when he talks and he not wanting to take you out at night. Well, of course, I could be wrong.
Maybe those symptoms are there, Beulah.
Alice, you get more beautiful every day.
Harry! Harry!
Here, open up. Nothing very expensive, mind you.
Oh, how lovely. Harry Henderson.
What?
Here. You didn't do this because you wanted to. You did it because it said so in the letter.
Well, I did it. What difference does it make?
A great deal. Doing it doesn't count. It's wanting to do it. And you didn't want to.
I'm sorry I ever did it.
So am I. We've got better flowers than that in the backyard. And I don't care what's in your silly box. If you've got money to throw away, the town is simply rocking with end-of-the-month sales.
The flowers, the present, and the letter.
And then Baldwin saw the scintillating myriad of lights dancing gaily in Valerie's eyes.
Isn't it beautiful, Miss Alice?
Yes, Beulah, and it has a lot of good common sense, too. But I don't think Mr. Harry would ever agree.
Baldwin balked like a mule, too.
When may I expect dinner, Beulah?
Presently, Mr. Harry. Presently. Why don't you go take a crack at him, Miss Alice?
Well, maybe it would sound better coming from a disinterested party.
Meaning me, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, I'll try. Mr. Harry, about you and Miss Alice being kind of cool towards each other.
Yes, Beulah.
Well, nobody knows when the frost gets on their love. They don't know whose fault it is, or if it's anybody's fault.
Yes, Beulah.
The same thing happened to Baldwin and Valerie.
Hmm? Who were they?
Oh, 2 people I read about. Mr. Ames.
Ainsley?
Oh, it's a true story about 2 living people. It's beautiful, Mr. Harry. Just beautiful. Baldwin and Valerie got married again.
So what's that got to do with us? I suppose if 2 people are divorced, they can always try to get together again.
Oh, but they didn't get no divorce. They got married again exactly like the first time.
Oh, a reenactment. Like cops with a suspect at the scene of a murder. Oh, ridiculous.
Oh, don't say that, Mr. Harry. Please, Mr. Ames. The man that wrote this true story said going through the motions and hearing the marriage words again was just the spark needed to ignite the the flame of love.
No, Beulah. No. Definitely no.
Come on, Mr. Harry. Stand up. It's exact.
Woo! Beulah, yours?
Uh-huh, it's mine.
Oh! Imagine you and Bill getting married after all these years, and you never even told me. How did you ever need it?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, Beulah. I know it's not right to congratulate the bride, but I'm going to do it anyway. Congratulations! How did you do it?
Oh,
I worked out and get all new things. Hat, purse, gloves, and shoes. And Beulah, I saw a dress that's just the thing.
Oreo.
It's a dream. Brocaded tulle on purple taffeta. It has a snug bodice and yards of skirt. Wrap it up. I'll take it home.
Oreo! Bill and I ain't getting married.
You ain't?
No!
Fine time to tell me after I spent all that money on clothes.
Mr. and Mrs. Henderson are getting married.
Oh. Well, if you ask me, it's about time.
Harry.
I didn't throw it. I dropped it.
Oh, well, it's all right. Baldwin was nervous the second time, too.
You need any help, Miss Alice?
Oh, come in, Beulah.
Mr. Harry? Where are you going with that suitcase?
I'm about to unpack my marrying clothes. It's nice to get a lot of use out of them.
Miss Alice, that's the dress, all right. You're just as pretty as the first time.
Thank you, Beulah. Oh, let me see the picture.
I don't know what I'd have done without it, just like you asked. Exactly as before.
Mom, what part do I play in this wedding?
How about Flower Girl?
Oh, Harry.
Now, come on and don't bother the folks. Beulah will find a job for you downstairs. Come on, baby.
Harry, the watch Mother gave me was my something new, but it doesn't run, so shall I use it as my something old and wear something else something new?
Take a look at someone blue.
Oh, well, it'll be all right, dear, as soon as you get your dress shirt and your collar and your cravat and your waistcoat on.
Under this?
Well, take off your undershirt.
What's that?
The front doorbell.
Oh, if anyone gets in, if anyone gets a look at that living room,
Now,
gets a look at me.
Harry, just relax. Beulah will take care of everything, and it's probably only the minister.
Minister!
Shh. Goodness.
Who is it?
Mother.
Which one?
Both.
Oh, Alice Henderson, you promised me that...
Harry, I didn't invite them. Really, I didn't. But, well, Baldwin and Valerie had both their parents at their second wedding, so I suppose Beulah thought...
Beulah!
Yes, dear, but don't blame Beulah. You know how she is about details, and I told her that I wanted everything exactly the same. So she went by this picture and... Oh, George.
George?
Yes, you know, oh, George. Like saying, oh, shucks.
Dear, sweet Alice. Always my favorite daughter. Let me look at you.
Great big boy.
You haven't changed
I do
believe you're getting bigger.
Listen, why don't you two mothers go on downstairs while Harry and I get dressed?
Well, do hurry. I have just time to sandwich the ceremony in before my visit to Aunt Martha.
But you just got here.
I know, but my plans were all made. I've got to catch the train. So hurry.
Yes. All right, Mother. Oh, shucks.
Which is another way of saying, oh, George.
Now, Harry, remember the Baldwin.
Oh, Baldwin.
Baby Alice.
George! Put it down, George!
I love it, baby Alice. Your best man is
Oh, yes, isn't it nice that Harry and I are getting married again?
Baby Alice, I'd marry you every day. What gives? No stag party?
Well,
Remember Fifi? Luscious, lovely Fifi.
Fifi? Fifi who?
Oh, Fifi, that was our song. Fifi, luscious, lovely Fifi.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen, but it's all ended now.
Bill, stop that slamming that door. Where's the minister?
Oh, he ain't ready yet.
Ain't ready? Why,
Oh, no, don't worry, baby. He's duty-bound at the parish. He'll be over as soon as possible.
Oh, dear. And everything was going so smooth.
Well, what do you know? Hey, girls, you ever bet the bangtails?
The what?
The bangtails, the ponies, the races. Here's a hot hunch. Do it again in the third.
Do it again?
Yes, like Alice and Harry. Do it again. It's a cinch.
Well, should we? I've never bet on a horse race before. Well, neither have I, but I'll bet $1 if you will.
Of course.
Step on it, girls. I've got a phone in the bet. They're off and running at 2:44.
2:44? Oh, my train. Oh, son. Alice. Beulah, my train. Remember, I've got to get to Aunt Martha's.
Yes, on your train.
If they're going to do it again and want me to watch, they'll have to hurry.
Oh, the preacher ain't here and the train is leaving. What am I going to do? No. No good. Donnie! Oh, Donnie!
That's all right, Nick. I haven't anything to do. I'll hold on. You give me the call. If Do It Again wins, put it on Have Fun in the fifth.
They're almost ready.
They're at the post and acting up.
Waterfalls on the trail.
Start the music, Bill. Start the music. Here they come.
They're off and running. At the corner pole.
Beloved,
Dearly beloved.
Go ahead, son.
dearly beloved, we are gathered together in the presence of these witnesses to unite this man and this woman in the...
That Mr. Ainsley is the smartest man alive. Hearing the marriage words again sure fixed up the Hendersons. Wasn't it beautiful, Bill? Just beautiful.
Uh-huh. Particularly the way Donnie read those words. Beulah, baby.
Yes, Bill?
We've been courting for years.
Yes, I know, Bill. Don't you think it's time we got married?
Uh-huh. But with one little proviso.
Anything, Bill. Anything.
Donnie's got to do the hitching.
But he's not old enough to make it legal, Bill. He's got a couple of years of present schooling, 4 years of high schooling, 4 years of college. And if he has a leaning towards preaching, then there's more years of schooling.
It's worth waiting for, baby.
Beulah Show.
If marriages are made in heaven, my guardian angel has sure been loafing on the job.
You know, Perry, I think it's going to work all right. She sure gives a performance.
Dolly, you come and get your breakfast. You can do your 500 laps afterwards.
Hello there, Donnie boy.
Oh, hi, Bill. Help me get out of here. I'm stuck.
Oh, that's easy, boy. Let's try. Good morning, baby. I come right up just as soon as I got your call.
Why, you're the fastest answering man at mealtime I ever did know.
Oh, that wasn't it, baby. The idea gazing in your shining face gives me a lift up.
Well, that's right pretty, Bill. Have some bacon and eggs?
No, I couldn't eat a thing. Just had donuts and coffee at Slippery Joe's Diner.
You feel all right?
Sure, never felt better. Right on the ball.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Harry's got some work for you to do.
Uh-oh. I know there was a catch to it. You talked to me too sweet over the phone.
It ain't nothing but fixing up some furniture in the backyard for the barbecue he's going to have Saturday night.
Well, with that face, me, I guess I could inhale a few eggs and a little bacon.
That's more like it.
Yeah. You know the old saying, man can't work on donuts alone. Not up, baby. So get over pound there.
You tighten the steering wheel. We'll finish her up after I eat. How without the right kind of wheels? That's easy. We'll go down the junkyard and get some. Mr. Browder's bound to have something we can use. We can't win a race with junk. The fire street needs ball bearing wheels.
Bill's here to clean the barbecue, Mr. Harry.
Good. Oh, tell him to touch up the furniture and string some wires for lanterns.
Telling Bill one thing at a time is the best method, Mr. Harry. Too much stuff confuses him.
Oh, Beulah, can't Donnie ever get here on time for breakfast?
I got him in, Mr. Harry. He's washing up now.
Oh, by the way, Bert Perrin is bringing his niece to the party, and I thought I'd ask Marge and Pete.
I sure wish I had one of those new portable barbecues. They're wonderful. No dirt, no trouble. That old brick thing of ours smokes like a 4-alarm fire.
You'll have one someday, dear.
I'll have arthritis someday, but I don't like sitting around waiting for it.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hi.
Well, it's about time, young man.
You should see the fire street now, Dad. She's a real bonfire.
Sounds like a world beater, but you'd still better eat your breakfast, Barney Oldfield.
Barney who?
Barney Oldfield. He was the greatest race driver of all time.
Bet he didn't have the problem Perry and I've got.
What's that, dear?
Wheels.
Well, Oldfield needed things, too, but he always came up with what he wanted.
How?
He improvised. He used imagination and ingenuity. Barney Oldfield had an unbreakable faith that he'd win. And when he did, he always paid off his obligations.
Hadn't you better get started for the office, dear? You know you have a 9 o'clock appointment.
Oh, yes, I should. Did I bring my briefcase in here?
No, I'll look in the den.
Ingenuity instead of money.
What?
What Barney Oldfield did, I can do. Can't I, Dad?
You bet you can, son. Just get in there and win. After breakfast.
Okay.
It's not in there. It must be upstairs.
Oh. Well, if that's for me, tell him I've already left for the office.
Okay. Hello? Oh, yes. Good morning, Mr. Potter. The barbecue has arrived? Wonderful. Does it have that revolving motor spit and the grill that lowers and raises? Fine. No. Don't deliver it until Saturday. You understand it's a surprise. Thank you very much. I'll be down to see you later. Goodbye.
What's a surprise?
Ooh, now don't be nosy. The surprise will be if you make your 9 o'clock appointment.
Oh.
Don't work too hard at the office, dear.
It'd be pretty hard to keep you in mink coats with that advice.
Boy, if we had those wheels, we'd really be in shape. That is, if they were red instead of green. Maybe they have a red one inside. What good is that going to do us? I wonder what Barney Oldfield would have done in a case like this. What are you talking about? Imagination and ingenuity. How's that going to get us the baby buggy? Let me put it to you this way. If Mom was here and she wanted to get the baby buggy, how would she get it? I don't know. How would she? She'd charge it. Come on.
It ain't
Beulah, you and Bill ain't really gonna get married.
In the event we were, this ain't part of the trousseau, Oreo.
And what did you buy it for?
I didn't. Miss Alice bought it.
Now, what does she want with a baby carriage? You suppose she's expecting?
Well, it looks that way.
Oh, I'm so excited. I got goose pimples all over. Ooh.
Well, forget it and help me take this trash to the incinerator.
Oh, this is the most thrilling thing that happened to me since Gregory taught me rumble lessons.
Well, it ain't happened to you, Oriole. It happened to Miss Alice.
Yeah, but it arouses something in me, Beulah. I guess it must be my mother instinct. Did you get a sharp knife so we can... Oh, boy, it's here. And it's got red wheels, just like you ordered. Let's take it over to your place and we can get the wheels off. If we can get them on by this afternoon, we can try it out on 36th Street Hill. We can if we hurry. Come on. Oh, I got to sit down. I'm just exhausted.
Oh, don't go to pieces, Oreo. People have been having babies for years.
Yeah, but it's so close to me, I almost feel I'm responsible.
Bill?
Huh?
It's gone.
How can it be gone when it ain't arrived yet?
The baby carriage. I left it sitting right here.
Maybe it's only wishful thinking on the part of you girls.
Miss Alice must have come and taken it.
Why, of course, Beulah. I'd just like to see her face when she finds out that
Finds out about what?
that she's going to have a baby, silly.
Oreo, is there anything you know something about?
Well, let me see now. Must be something.
Oh, baby, I'm going to build Miss Alice the finest lair in town.
I bet you Miss Alice hid that baby carriage to keep Mr. Harry from seeing it.
Why? The papa's got to know about it sometime, ain't he?
Yeah, but sometimes they try to keep it a secret as long as possible. Women are funny that way.
Yeah, women are funny, all right.
Bill.
Huh?
You got to promise me you won't tell Mr. Harry, Donnie, or no one else.
Okay, baby, I won't say nothing to nobody.
And we'll let on like we don't know nothing about it.
That's right. We'll let out and we'll say nothing to nobody about it at all. But what about Miss Public Address System of 1952?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be as dumb as an oyster.
Oh, you that already, but just keep your big mouth shut.
Well, I promise and I'll cross my heart.
Oreo,
Huh?
your heart's on the other side. You're crossing your liver.
We'll be back with Beulah in just a minute.
Is that you, Harry?
Who were you expecting?
I'll be through here in just a minute.
What in the world are you doing?
Cutting out a dress.
Well, can't you buy dresses?
Not this one, I can't. Besides, it's fun to make it.
No. You could at least take the pins out of your mouth before you kissed me.
Don't be grumpy, darling. Did you have a rough day at the office?
Well, it's not that. Just that when a man comes home, he expects to find a clean house, not a garment loft.
Oh, I'll have it all cleaned up in a jiffy.
Mr. Harry, would you please look at the faucet in the kitchen? There's something wrong with it.
My wife is a dressmaker, and I'm a plumber. Which faucet is it?
It ain't the faucet, Mr. Harry. It's Miss Alice.
Miss Alice? What's she got to do with it?
Well, she's got a secret, but I think you ought to know.
You mean the whole plumbing system's gone out?
That dress she's cutting out. Didn't you hear what she said?
Yeah, I suppose so. What was it?
Well, she said you couldn't get a model like that in town.
Well, I got that.
Well, it's a maternity dress, Mr. Harry.
Who in blazes is she making that for?
She's making it for herself.
What?
The man came here from Potter's this morning with a baby carriage. She hid it so you wouldn't know nothing about it.
Beulah, are you sure?
Yes, sir. I unpacked it.
Well, this is wonderful.
It sure is.
Well, that must be the surprise she was talking about this morning on the phone. She must have called Dr. Garrett. I heard her tell him that she'd see him in a little while.
Oh, you got to treat her very tenderly now, Mr. Harry.
Yes, I have. Oh, just think of it, Beulah. Donnie's going to have a little brother, or maybe a little sister.
And you got to give her everything she wants and treat her mighty sweet.
I remember when we were expecting Donnie. She always wanted strawberries. You remember, Beulah?
I sure do.
I'm going downtown and get her some right now.
There ain't no strawberries in the grocery store at this time of the year, Mr. Harry.
Well, then I'll send to Chicago. If the mother of my child wants strawberries, she's going to have strawberries. Oh, never mind picking up those things, darling. Beulah can do it later on. You sit over here and rest until dinner.
I don't want to rest until dinner. Besides, you said you wanted it picked up.
Well, I changed my mind. I like it this way. You can cut cloth all over the house if you want to.
Harry, did you have a drink out in the kitchen?
No, but I could use one. I've got to run downtown, darling. Something important that I forgot. Don't wait dinner for me.
Harry, what's the matter with you? What did you forget?
An appointment. I forgot all about it. And remember, darling, I love you more than anything else in the world.
Hanging up the lanterns for the old barbecue. Anything else you want me to hang up, Mr. Harry?
A little boy with Donnie's smile or a girl with blonde curls.
Huh?
Oh, hello, Bill. How's it coming?
If you're expecting to use these lanterns from the last barbecue, they got holes in them, except those 3 that won't work.
Well, I'll get some with the strawberries.
You can't light strawberries, Mr. Harry. You gotta have candles.
Bill, can you keep a secret?
Well, I've already got one. You don't want to add another to it.
Bill, I'm going to have a baby.
You too?
Donnie's going to have a little playmate.
I should have known there'd be a leak with Oriole.
Oriole? What's Oriole got to do with it?
It was supposed to be a surprise, Mr. Harris. How did you find out?
Well, Beulah told me. How did you find out?
From the same information booth.
I've got a surprise plan for Miss Alice. You want to know what I'm going to do?
What's that, Mr. Harris?
I'm going to redecorate the guest room, make it into a nursery.
Oh, that'll be fine. Little animals all over the wallpaper. Kids like that.
We can do it while Miss Alice is in the hospital.
Say, they got some wallpaper down at Crim's with pink elephants on it.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, let me congratulate Mr. Harris. Many happy returns of the day.
Thanks, Bill. Here, have a cigar.
Thanks. 25 cents.
Sometime soon, I hope to be congratulating you and Beulah.
Don't order no wallpaper for us just yet, Mr. Harris.
Oh, there you are. So you finally got back.
Yes, darling. Knitting little things, I see. Little this and that.
I'm knitting a sweater for Donnie. He tore his falling out of a tree.
Oh?
Where have you been till 9:30?
Well, my errand in town took a little longer than I thought it would. Where is Donnie?
Oh, he backed off to bed early. Tomorrow's the day of the big race, you know. Did you have any dinner?
Yes, I had a bite at the hotel. Are you quite comfortable, darling?
Quite comfortable.
Oh, don't get up. Don't exert yourself.
Well, it would hardly be exerting myself to get a ball of yarn from the chair.
Oh, well, I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, let me put this behind your back.
I don't want it behind my back. It pushes me forward.
No, we mustn't sit with no back support. There, that'll brace you. Now, doesn't that feel better?
No. I wish you'd read or something and stop fussing over me.
Oh, you're worth fussing over. Here, put your footsies up.
You weren't this solicitous when I was having Donnie.
Oh, well, as a man grows older, he understands what a woman goes through.
Well, don't you think it's a little late to do anything about that now?
It's never too late.
Harry, what were you doing in town until 9:30?
Oh, as you know, I'm sort of celebrating.
Well, I hardly think the small party we're giving tomorrow is worth celebrating.
Well, I wasn't celebrating the party. I was celebrating what goes with it.
Harry, you found out. I think that's mean and underhanded.
Look here, Miss Alice, what Mr. Harry got you. Strawberries.
Strawberries? At this time of the year?
Yes,
Harry, you're out of your mind. They must have cost a fortune.
Oh, what's money? If you can surprise me, I can surprise you.
Oh, yes, I did have a little surprise for Mr. Harry Beulah, but he found out about it.
Yes, you sort of surprised us, too.
I suppose Mr. Potter told you about it.
Mr. Potter? How does he know?
Well, after all, darling, I could hardly have done it without his knowledge.
I got to go see about Donnie.
Darling, are you sure you're feeling all right? I mean, if you don't feel up to the party tomorrow, I can call it off.
Call it off? Well, what for?
Well, you know how it is. I mean, I don't know all the details, but when are you expecting it?
Oh, well, don't worry about that, darling. It will be delivered on time.
I want you to know, darling, that I'm the happiest man in the world.
Oh, you're sweet, dear. But really, what I'm giving you is hardly worth all this attention.
Oh, I think so. In fact, I was going to keep it a secret, but I might as well tell you. I'm having the guest room redecorated for you.
Oh, Harry, that's wonderful. I'll call Mr. Kramer in the morning and get some ideas.
I've already got an idea. How would you like pink elephants on the wallpaper?
Pink elephants? What for?
Well, I think it'd be cute.
Oh, be fine. At least when your Uncle Ben comes to visit, pink elephants should make him feel right at home.
Miss Alice, Donnie wants you to come upstairs and say good night.
Oh, no. Don't you go. I'll go. I don't want you running up and downstairs.
Beulah, can you come here a minute?
Yes, ma'am.
So you were the one who found out about the surprise.
Yes, sir.
And you told Mr. Harry about it.
Yes, sir. Well, he was so jittery and nervous, I thought it would cheer him up. You gotta know it sometime.
Yes, I guess so, but I did want to save it as a surprise for the barbecue party.
Why, he might faint out there before all them people.
Faint?
Oh, he been waiting for this so long, Miss Alice, and I'm just as happy as he is.
You know, it's just one more thing for you to take care of.
And I'm gonna love that, Miss Alice.
They're sending some new polish for its legs. We can rub the rest down with steel wool.
That must be a new technique.
Can you imagine? Harry wants to keep it up in the guest room. He's got some silly idea about papering the walls with pink elephants.
That sounds real cute to me.
Well, it doesn't to me. We'll keep it in the garage, and we can bring it out when he wants to play with it.
My goodness, I never saw so many presents for a barbecue before.
Well, maybe they're from people who wasn't invited, so they'll get invited next time.
You don't suppose the news got about that Miss Alice was expecting, do you?
Oh, of course not, baby. You know I've been as tight as a clam. By the way, you didn't know your big trap, did you?
When I have a secret to keep Bill Jackson, I keep it.
Oh, yes, baby, I know that. You've been tight-lipped, all right, except when you run over a little.
Oh, go on.
Here's some more presents for Miss Alice. I don't get it.
You sure this ain't your anniversary, Mr. Harry?
Oh, of course not. You don't think I'd forget my anniversary, do you? That's, January 16th.
Well, that's Donnie's birthday, Mr. Harry.
Oh, that's right. Well, let's see. We were married on February 12th.
That's Mr. Lincoln's birthday.
Oh. Well, anyway, I know this isn't our anniversary.
Well, why don't we open up one of these packages and take a peek at the card inside?
Well, I suppose we could do that. One of the little ones, maybe.
Yes.
Well, that ain't big enough to hold anything with an oyster cracker.
We'll open it. It looks like the easiest one to wrap up again.
Yes, sir.
What are you three conspiring about?
Hello, dear. You look lovely.
Well, thank you. Oh, and the yard looks lovely, too. Beulah, you and Bill did a nice job.
Thank you, Miss Alice.
Just a few lanterns strung around.
Oh, Beulah, you'd better get the hors d'oeuvres. You know, Mr. Parrott and his niece, they're always early. And, of course, the Bradleys are always late.
The hors d'oeuvres in the icebox. I'll get them, Miss Alice. Come on, Bill.
Okay, baby.
Harry. Did you buy favors?
No, they're all for you.
For me? Well, what for?
Well, don't you think you deserve them?
Well...
Oh, there they are.
Oh.
Hi, Alice.
Hello,
Harry. We early?
No, not at all. You're right on time. Hello, Julie. Hello, Mrs. Henderson. This isn't much, but it'll be useful. I think it's all so exciting. Well, a barbecue isn't exactly exciting or an occasion for gifts, but I'm sure this one is.
You bet your life. He'll come in handy. Sent to Chicago for him. Best cotton house in the country.
Harry, do you know what this is all about?
Well...
Well, I might as well open it.
No. Put it with the others. Nothing gets opened till I make my speech.
I've been rehearsing him all afternoon. Well, all I can say is this is all very mysterious.
You're right there. One of the mysteries of life, eh, Harry?
Hi, everybody. Hi. You don't mind if we come in the back way, do you?
Hello,
Hello, Marge and Pete.
Hello, Pete.
Julie, hey, you look terrific.
Congratulations, Alice. It couldn't happen to a nicer girl.
I wish somebody would tell me what this is all about.
Oh, we'll let you in on the secret as soon as Bert makes his speech.
Well, I better see about the punch. Excuse me.
Sure.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Harris. Miss Alice, there's a man at the front door from Potter's. He says he wants to see you personally.
Thank heavens. Excuse me, everybody.
Say, shouldn't she be taking things a little easy?
Of course not, stupid. Women don't pamper themselves anymore when they're having babies.
Do you all know about the baby?
Well, of course. Everybody knows.
Oh, Mr. Harry, you promised me you weren't going to tell nobody.
Oh, but I didn't. How did all of you find out about it?
Well, I think Oriole told me.
Oh, yeah, Oriole, my housekeeper, told Julie.
She told our cook, too. And Miss Alice wanted to keep it a big surprise.
That's why we wanted to surprise her first.
Give Oriole one drop of information and you got a cloudburst.
Hey, what's it going to be, Harry? A girl or another boy?
Chances are it'll be one or the other.
When is Alice expecting it?
I really don't know. Alice, are you all right?
I'll go see.
Harry, it's arrived.
It's arrived.
Here, eat this. Keep up your strength.
Here it is, dear. Just what you wanted. Where?
But that's a barbecue. Where's the baby?
Baby? What baby? Well, aren't you going to have one? Not that I know of.
You let us down again, Henderson.
Everything is so funny.
Well, what's so funny?
Then that was the reason for the strawberries and all the attention. Oh, Harry, whatever gave you that idea?
Well, maybe you better ask Beulah.
Well, it's all on account of the baby carriage you bought and hid, Miss Alice.
Baby carriage? I didn't buy any baby carriage.
Well, that wasn't no convertible that they left in my kitchen.
We won, Dad, by 3 lengths. Boy, nothing could have touched that old fire streak today. Man, Mom, you should have seen us. We really burned up the road. It's a good thing you taught us about Bonnie Ofield, Dad, or we would have never gotten these baby carriage wheels.
Baby carriage wheels?
I'm beginning to see the light.
Baby carriage wheels. Where'd you get them?
I charged them at Potter's.
You charged something at Potter's without asking me?
Sure. You said that was the way Bonnie Ofield made the grade. Ingenuity, imagination, and courage.
One day I'll learn not to be so literal.
I think it's wonderful you won, dear.
So do I, Mom. And I'm going to pay off my debts, just like Bonnie Ofield did. Here's $10 prize money, Dad, and you can take the rest out of my allowance.
Okay, Barney. But maybe you better keep the $10. A winning race driver deserves a couple of sodas to celebrate his victory.
Oh, boy! Wait till I tell Terry!
And what do we do with the baby presents?
I'm sorry I disappointed you, darling.
Disappointed me. I think it's a wonderful barbecue.
No, I mean about the new arrival.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Of course not, Alice. Keep the presents. Every girl's entitled to another chance.
But the folks ain't gonna have a baby after all. Too bad. And I was really in the mood.
So was I.
I made it with my own hands. Wooden pegs so the little fellow wouldn't scratch himself.
Well, just put it away, Bill. Someday it may come in handy.
You mean, oh, just a minute, Passion Pigeon. Let's don't dump the apple cart before the horse is loose.
Bill, put this crib out of sight before old sees it and spreads it all over town that you're the second Papa Dion.